Welcome to Tile Talk with Christina, Elizabeth, and Marshall.
Your go-to podcast for all things Mahjong. We are going to deep dive into all things Mahjong.
Let's go. Roll the dice.
That's right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tile Talk. This is episode 14, and we are so excited to have a special guest with us today. We have Roxy Corbett of Mischief Mahj.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you for being
We are
with
so
us.
excited to have you. Thank you so much for traveling down south and visiting us.
It was so far. It's not like you guys are my neighbors or anything.
Honestly, she's traveling so much. I feel like this is probably one of
We're
the
just on the
easier
list.
I've
trips.
done in a few months.
Well, thank you
So
for
this
making
is
time
good.
for us.
Yeah.
We're so pumped.
You have been on our list for so long.
Oh my
so
God.
this is finally coming to fruition.
That makes me so happy. You guys have been on my list. I'm excited. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Big fan.
Yeah, so today's episode, as you might guess, is meet Mischief Mahj founder Roxy Corbett. We're getting mischievous.
Yeah.
Mischievous.
Either way. I think you can say it either way.
With the one and only Roxy, and a twist on the game you already know and love. Sometimes you've got to shake things up a bit and have some fun, and that's where Mischief Mahj comes in.
That's right.
And we love some fun.
Yeah.
We do
Yes,
love
Same
it.
Mahjong, new twist.
That's
That's
right.
my marketing ploy.
There you go.
Same mahjong,
Yeah.
new twist.
New twist.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, well, before we dive in, let's check in with everybody. We all started school.
Thank you, Jesus.
Good
Thank the Lord.
I know. Marshall, how are you doing? How are you doing?
I'm good. A lot better than last episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
settling in.
Yeah, settling
Getting
in.
some sleep.
Yeah, if you
Yes,
guys
some
remember,
sleep.
Marshall has 3 under 3.
3 under 3
Yeah.
and a 7-week-old.
Yeah.
So
He is
it's
in it. He
but
is-
she's starting to sleep more, so that's, big time.
That
and
is-
then school starting back up was like a godsend.
Yep.
I have not been that excited for school to come back, like ever, honestly. Because as a kid, you're like, no, screw that. I don't want that. Now I'm like, come on, like let's start in July. Like, come on, this is ridiculous.
How many more days of summer? And your kids are like, how many more
Totally.
days of
I
summer?
wish
know.
someone would do a reel of, because I used to teach, especially pre-Kers, you're 3 under 3.
Mm-hmm.
I wish someone would do a funny reel of drop-off line the first day. Those parents are rolling in there
yes.
like the Atlanta airport,
Yeah.
like drop and go, drop
Yeah.
and go.
Your kids
They're
are crying,
so
I don't care.
excited.
Get in.
Yeah. Every year, Mark and I walk Violet in for her first day, and we like take her picture in the same spot and all the things, and then we take our picture in the same spot, like woo, like a selfie,
Yeah.
and we're celebrating. We're
out of here.
Yeah.
It's
That's
time.
nice.
Yeah.
That's
And
really
we're like, what do you
nice.
want to do?
Yeah.
Of course, we have to go to work, but we're like, we could not.
You can do anything.
We could do anything.
That's
We're
what, that's
free.
what we did. We went and had a nice
should
breakfast.
have. I'm glad you and Aiden. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were
Good-
like,
good
we're,
for y'all.
we're free.
Yeah.
It was like, so.
Good
it
for
was
How
y'all.
does it feel? So good.
Well,
Yeah.
I also was ready to get back in school vibes. Usually I'm like, no, don't take the summer away. But this year I was like, all right, let's get
wrap
this-
it up.
Let's get back on a schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's been we've got 9th grade, 7th grade, and 1st grade.
Woo,
So,
woo.
but it's been pretty, knock on wood, so far so good. It's been a
Did
pretty
little
easy.
Steele wear his suit the first day?
Oh, hell yes.
Oh,
yeah.
that's
I tried to
awesome.
talk, it was so hot. I tried to talk him out of it. I was like, how about just the blazer and khakis? He was like, he looked at me like I was
Absolutely not.
insane. Like, why would I do that? Like, I have a full suit. I'm wearing the full suit. And my other 2 older boys, I've got to bribe within an inch of their life to like wear a damn collared shirt. But here, the 7-year-old is,
That sounds like my
Christine.
spirit animal. People are like, where are you going to wear that? I'm like, public.
yeah.
I'm going to wear it to public.
Yes.
Wear it wherever I want.
Yeah, and he has
wherever I
no
want.
shame in his game. He is just, I love
That's
it.
awesome.
I love it.
I
Yeah,
do love it. I love his
We're,
school
we're
pictures
cruising
every
right now,
year.
but football's about to start, and I will not be as happy and go lucky after that.
You'll be
descends upon me.
busy.
I know. I am going to buy like a badass seat to sit in at the bleachers, like a nice one, because
You
I'm
gotta
going
get
to
a
be there
fan.
a lot.
You gotta get a
Costco.
fan.
Costco.
Yeah.
There's
okay.
a little like hammock one, but then there's also like full recline.
Oh my gosh,
The
okay.
rocker. I would get the rocker one.
Okay, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, it's going to be a lot. Because
Some
my
of them
oldest
have
is playing
phone
JV
chargers.
and varsity, and then the middle son is playing both of the middle school teams. So that is
Wow.
it's 4 games a week.
4 games a week. And don't forget
gosh.
about
Don't forget Steele, who also plays flag football.
Steele. And we got
Not in his
FSU.
suit.
Florida
hopefully.
State
Yeah.
football.
I know. Ooh,
Yeah,
That's
college
exciting.
football's coming back. I'm
Yes.
so excited. We have been totally sold out of our Mahj boutique mats that we
flyers,
got for the Gators and FSU, and she's got tons of teams. So anybody, if you haven't checked her out yet, Mahj Boutique has the best game day mats that I've seen.
Yeah.
They're amazing. The art on them is beautiful.
It really is. And I think in a few episodes when football really starts going, we should do like a whole little symposium of all the like game day apparel and sets and stuff that's out there. Because there's a lot now.
I would love to.
There's a lot. We should cover it. There's some cool stuff people have done. And you
know what would be fun?
Yes.
Is to do a live episode from the tailgate.
Oh my God, we could do it. I bought a Mahjong tailgate table last year.
It's
made for Rummy Cub or something.
But I don't know what we used to do
before
before Mahjong. We sit around, look at each other. Like,
I know. Clint was like, "You're taking that." I'm like, "Abso-fucking-lutely."
Yeah, for hours.
Like, this is the tailgate.
Yeah,
we can sit and play for hours. Like, what else?
Like, hey, game starting. You're like, I think we'll stay here.
We'll make the second quarter. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We'll get there when we get there.
All right, moving on. Let's get into some Mahjong. And first, let's go over our beautiful tablescape today.
Okay, this is really exciting. I've got to start with the tiles. We have the confetti tiles by Mosh Pit. I was on the fence. I don't know. I wasn't on the fence. I just had my eye on them for a long time. It took me a minute to pull the trigger, but they are they're more gorgeous in person. Actually, Roxy was just saying that.
Yeah.
She's seen them, of course, on social a lot, and there's a lot of unboxing and videos and stuff. But yeah, in person, they're incredible. They are so much fun. They've got like real sparkly confetti on the inside with like a layer of, I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
It's like acrylic on top.
The clear
like
on top. Yes. But it's gorgeous. And then the faces are really fun too.
Super fun.
Pops
I like the bright
color,
yellow.
The brightness, and you can see the numbers really well across the mat. So when you're playing, it pops. They're really easy to read, even though the background is like a dark blue. The colors on it are really bright. So I am pumped. We are going to play some when we're done recording, and that'll be the first time I'm actually playing on these. So
they are so fun and colorful.
Yeah, I love them. They're beautiful.
It just exudes fun.
The videos, the unboxings and stuff, they really aren't. Not that they're not doing them justice, but like you can't see the color like you can in person. It's a much brighter blue.
It's like trying to catch a sunset.
Like ocean water. Like ocean water.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not teal, but you can't quite name that color.
You can't see ocean water when you video it.
It's beautiful.
And I love the colorful racks with them.
Yeah, so these are the multicolor racks from Oh My Mahjong, and it just makes the faces of the tiles pop. I think we went through mat after mat trying to figure out what would complement them the best.
Right, and our tablecloth. I think the tablecloth was more limiting than our mat situation.
Yes. But we ended up on the soiree by Oh My Mahjong, and honestly, Mosh Pit has made mats, beautiful mats that complement the tiles, and I think that's going to be my next purchase. They are so beautiful; they deserve all the things.
They do.
So I'll be getting a Mosh Pit mat or two to go with them, but they're gorgeous. If they're already sold out, sorry, get on that wait list. I'm pretty sure we have an affiliate code, which we'll link below for you. Obsessed. So yes, that is our tablescape, but let's get to the best part.
Yes, the drink.
The drink.
All right, and Marshall, you're going to have to help us say it because I'm going to butcher it, but it is delicious. I've already snuck a little.
You try it first, Marsh.
How do you spell it again?
Amarillo.
Carajillo.
Oh, yeah. See? That was so much better.
Yeah, I can't do the R's when it's Carajillo.
Carajillo is how chat told us.
Yeah.
Carajillo.
I like the way you say it.
Carajillo. Okay.
Yes.
So it's a coffee drink. We've got 2 ounces of cold brew and 2 ounces of Liqueur 43, which is a sweet Spanish liqueur flavored with vanilla, citrus, and spices. It's iced. I have a little bit of cream in mine.
Me too.
Which is delicious. Yes. And I went with a decaf because I don't need any more caffeine today.
Roxy has the straight up Hayward House version.
And Marshall have the straight up version.
So I would highly recommend the straight up. Cheers.
Cheers.
I like it. I don't
are loving it.
Against cream, but it's good straight up.
We're going to cheers and taste with you.
Yeah.
And also, side note on if I know not everyone is seeing us, but we have our Sparkle Motion cups today that I thought would match our confetti tiles so perfectly. And man, they do. They look so good.
Okay, but tell us why these sparkle. What are they called?
Sparkle Motion.
Sparkle Motion.
Yes,
and if you get a close up, some of these are pretty old Sparkle Motions, and that is for a reason.
Yes.
So,
and if you've listened to the podcast, you've probably heard me talk about my godmother Mary Ruth before, and a lot of the stuff in our set is from her. And sadly, she passed a few years ago, but I was lucky enough to get her Sparkle Motion cups. And she drank her Johnny Walker Red out of it every single evening.
Every evening.
And she had a short one. That one's for my mother. When my mother came over, my mother has a vodka drink. So that was my mom's, and she had the tall ones.
I love that.
She took it everywhere she went, just like my mom takes hers to go. But this has been to Europe. This has been to,
oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, she takes it everywhere. And they're not in great shape. So I keep them in my china cabinet with all my silver. I bust them out on special occasions.
Yeah.
And
That's so cool.
Yay, Mary.
They're beautiful.
She would
Mary's
love
with
this.
us.
She would be a mahjong for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So she's
love
totally
that.
here in spirit with
Yes.
us, and they look perfect.
They really
with
do.
our-
It's like they were made for
Our
the
tiles.
tiles. I was
I
like,
know.
did these
Seriously.
come with this set?
I know, right? I know, they are perfect. I love it. So I think our
Yeah.
tablescape is really popping today.
We're popping.
And
I love it.
On top of that, I have flowers from my yard.
Okay.
I do. And I was just telling Christina, I'm really proud of myself.
I'm
for
really proud of you.
pretty
I don't know where
much
all these flowers
sourcing
are
all
coming
the
from.
flowers from my yard so far. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that through the winter months. But Arnie, my mother, would be so happy that I've done that. But so I kind
They're
of did the
beautiful.
highlights of the summer is what we're rocking today. We have another aloe bloom. That funky thing coming out of the top there.
Okay, the
we have some
peachy
coleus.
thing. Okay.
Yes.
We got the frog
coleus.
one.
Yes, we have
Frog in a
blender.
Frog in a blender.
Which one's frog in a blender?
That pink.
Okay.
Yes.
Looks
yeah.
like you blended a
splatter.
frog.
Yeah.
And I love this. This
Yeah,
climbing.
asparagus fern.
Asparagus
Yes.
firm. Okay, that
and
sounds
it's really
fancy.
hardy. It'll last. I told her she should get it because she can't kill it, but maybe she
That's
can.
what I
We'll
need.
see about that.
I know.
Hold
Don't
my
tempt me
beer.
with a good time.
Yes,
I'll kill a
exactly.
plant.
I also have the end of my hydrangeas right behind Christina, and they're starting to turn on the vine. They will kind of start to kind of self-preserve, and if you leave them on the vine, they can, if they're not, don't get burnt by the sun too bad, they will kind of turn a nice color, and then you can clip them, put them in a dark place, and use them all year round as a dried.
Yeah, we have a
option.
dried.
Yeah, we've got a dried corner
vase
over here.
There. They're beautiful.
But I also saw on Instagram where you would ask me if you can root hydrangeas, and so I was like, I don't know, I've never tried that, but someone heard me in the outer scapes of the web, and they sent me 2 videos of people rooting hydrangeas. So Anna Lautenbach, Anna the Garden Fairy, showed me how you don't cut something that's already has a bloom on it. Just cut a sprig that just has the foliage, and you strip the bottom half of the stem. The top leaves you just cut in half and then put it in water and let it root. I'm trying it right now, so maybe next episode I can update you on how it's going.
I love
But
that.
that would be amazing if we could root hydrangeas.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Yeah.
So thank you, Anya, for your
Very
pro tip
cool.
there, and I'll let you know
I like
how
the
that
garden
goes.
tip.
I
I can't
know.
keep anything alive, but I like learning about it.
Yeah, it's a good thing. I love it.
Yeah,
So,
it's got to be somebody's thing. Otherwise, everything would be
Same.
dead.
I'm happy to help. All right. All right.
All right, what's blowing in the wind? Okay, so this is funny. Elizabeth and I have done some little skits and talked about doing something along the lines of things overheard at the mahjong table, because we always crack up at the table. We're like, somebody should write that down. That's hilarious. Or have you ever been out in public and said something so outlandish while you're playing and other people look at you and you're like, yeah, that doesn't sound great out of context. And if you play Mahj, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's always the little rack sayings like, quit looking at my rack, or here, take a picture of my rack. And everyone's like, okay, what's going on at that table?
I need bigger racks.
So
Yeah, I need
Gold
a better
Coast-
rack.
I know.
I need a better rack.
Yeah, girl, that was an expensive rack, Okay, so Gold Coast Mahjong back in July, they also did a post, and I saved it because some of the comments on it were so funny. But they said things overheard at the Mahjong table, and they gave a few examples, and then they asked people to chime in and add any of their own. And they were so funny that I wrote some of them down. So one person said that when she teaches, she says, I like to say, how do you remember that the red dragon goes with the cracked suit? And one of the ways that helped me remember, the special lady, Dominique, who taught me, I believe, said, if you crack your head, you bleed red. And I was like, perfect. Well, somebody else decided that this would be a great way. She said, how to remember red dragon goes with cracks. If you snort crack, your nose bleeds red.
Oh my
gosh.
Can you? I mean, I'm probably not wrong.
She ain't wrong.
She's not, yeah. So there's another way if you needed help remembering that. Okay, imagine overhearing someone saying, not the first time I prayed for blanks.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious.
Here's a good one.
Okay.
And I'm sure we've all said this. Wow, we're all passing winds today. Or we're all passing wind today.
Yes.
Yeah. Passing a lot of wind over there. All right. Yeah, I played with myself earlier.
I know that was
bet you
one
did.
where I was like, oh my, I may have said that and did not realize the way that it sounded.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've gone to a
yes.
table and been like, I played solo today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or I played with myself so much this weekend.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. Yeah. And I love to play online. I'm sure I've said
I'm going to be thinking about this at
play with
2
your-
a.m.
you play with yourself a lot.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. She absolutely does.
Oh, Lord.
How about, I need a pair? Yeah, girl, you do.
I do.
Yeah. Quit looking at my rack. We know that one. Okay, so this one's really funny. One lady said when her table discards a red dragon, they say crack dragon, and then everybody responds, your mom's a crack dragon.
That's great.
I love that. I think
that.
I might steal
I
that
think you
one.
should. You're not going to be able to help yourself.
So that kind of brings up a funny memory I was telling you guys earlier. So I taught one group of ladies and they forgot which tile it was that you cheers to. They forgot that it was the Bamberg cheers and they could not remember. And they're like, which one is that? So they're like, forget it. We're coming up with our own. So they decided that every time they discarded a soap, they would all cheers soap bitches. And that's still how they play to this day. And it's so funny to hear them go, soap bitches. So anyway, shout out to that group. Caitlin.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're so cute. They're
I think about it all the time. It makes me smile. All right. So if you overhear something hilarious coming from a mahjong table, leave us a comment down below. We'd love to hear more of these and we'll read them out. But there's never a shortage of crazy things you will hear at the mahjong table.
right.
I just thought of one for my group.
Yes.
That's actually really funny. So everyone plays with Bob in mahjong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
In my core group, the girls that I learned with, we call Bob Martha Ann. We don't call it Bob.
Yeah.
Because when we were learning how to play, we didn't understand. We thought somebody just named. We're like, we don't like that name. We're going to name it Martha Ann.
Yeah.
So we will say Martha Ann is such a bitch.
She is.
And so
Bob
sometimes
can be a bitch
if
too.
we are at our club or something, someone will say, Martha Ann is such a bitch. And some little old lady will be walking by
Yes.
and trying to figure out who Martha Ann
this
is.
poor
on
Martha
shirt.
Ann is.
Or imagine the servers like, man, they talk
And
so
Martha
much shit about
Ann
Martha Ann.
Is our Bob. Martha Ann is our Bob.
That is great. I love that.
I do love that. I just like imagine not knowing what the heck is going on and hearing these ladies just
my goodness.
hooting and
Well,
hollering some nonsense,
Yeah.
right?
Well, the servers
Makes
at
me
Lee
happy.
will be like, well, come again?
Oh yeah. Oh, you can see the servers anywhere we are. They're like, oh, these girls are crazy.
I know.
Okay,
I know, we are.
So I love that. Like I said, leave us any additional ones below.
We'd love to hear 'em.
We want to
Yeah.
hear them, and we'll read them on the next episode. All right, so another exciting wind. The Noble Collection Disney Princess tiles are out. So for all of our Disney Princess lovers, this is really cool. The tiles are really beautiful and it surrounds completely like the princess part of Disney. So it's like every princess and the flowers and the colors and stuff of all the princess stuff.
They're cool.
So they come with, this is what I love, tiles, racks, mat, tile bag, tote bag, and they're all really cute and beautiful. And
Give
they're
us the
asking
price.
for $219 for the whole set.
It's a really good
little
deal.
bit on pre-order. I think it ships, it says November 2026. So they've got the pre-order thing going. But I mean, if your kid is into Disney princesses,
Great Christmas gift.
these little girls love mahjong and they love their, I mean,
It's cool.
I'm wrestling with it right now because Violet is maybe just sort of out of her Disney princess era, but I don't know. I would love them. And I love that the Bam Bird is Hey Hey from Moana.
Is it
Oh, that's
really?
great.
Oh my God.
Yes. It's really cute. He's
That's fantastic.
love hey. But I saw several people comment, why isn't the red dragon Mushu? The red dragon is not Mushu.
Oh, it should be Mushu.
I think the green dragon is, it basically resembles like Maleficent, I think, when she becomes the dragon. So
then
it's that
Mushu
dragon.
should be the red dragon.
The red dragon is the same as the green dragon, just red. But I think they really kind of missed an opportunity there.
You should write in.
Yeah.
We should get that fixed.
We're going to write a letter.
Yeah. I'll use my paint pens.
Still on pre-order.
Yeah, it's still on pre-order.
Still got time to
I feel
fix
like
it.
that is a very
missed opportunity.
Nice pre-order window though. Like it's not 6
too long.
months.
It is.
It's not,
You're right.
So
it's in time for Christmas.
Yeah.
Anyway, now that we're releasing this information to new people, I might go ahead and pull the trigger on that myself because I don't want to run out. But
Heather Bernier might need that set too.
Yeah.
That's just somebody needs to have it. And I love it.
Somebody needs to have it.
I was talking to my sister about it and she was like, I love that, but I would like a villains set.
Oh,
that would be really cool.
Yes.
What was that Disney show called?
Descendants.
Descendants.
Yes.
Like a Descendants version.
And they're doing a
of
whole like
Mahjong
villains
tiles.
land. They're building a
Right.
whole nother land. So that I think they need a Mahjong.
Yeah,
set
I
for
think
the
Descendants is so popular.
Yeah.
This whole villain thing.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would be
it's
cool.
really
Tiles
taken
are
off.
going to start bleeding into teen land.
Yes.
I'm predicting that.
All
I
of
mean, they
our
are
girl
very
friends,
adult, but
girls
like
that have
the next generation is coming through in the buyer's
Absolutely.
market, and we're about to, I think, start seeing some
Oh,
teen
yes.
sets.
I think that's
yeah.
Yeah.
The kids love it for
Very-
sure.
yeah.
So anyway,
love that.
those are my wins for this week.
All right. I have just a few wins. And I think we might start doing this more often now. It's kind of our fan comments and see what's blowing in the wind of our fans.
Yeah.
I know I added this in. I didn't even talk to you about it. But
Okay.
I have a few comments, and a lot of our comments are about Marshall. Everybody loves Marshall.
Everybody loves
you are the man.
Marshall.
Yes. Marsh.
Oh, he's got a buddy today. We got
I know.
Chris in the house.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes. Good.
Not the only male this time.
All right, we'll start with you, Marshall. So, Kat Hong asked Marshall, or it's just a suggestion for you, not a question, rather. If you need another AI book to add to your shelf, Artificial Wisdom by Thomas R. Weaver is very interesting.
Yes, I actually ordered it. I saw that comment I think a month ago, and I ordered it, and it's just been sitting on my shelf.
Marshall's
I
reading
haven't
the
had too much.
comments.
Now that Imogen is sleeping a little better, maybe you can get a few.
Fascinating premise too.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's about future presidential race where there's an AI that everybody's like, oh, I think the AI would be a good president and everything.
Ooh,
Yeah.
And so
dun,
it's
dun,
like
dun.
human versus AI, and it's like,
Oh
who are
my
you going to vote
gosh.
for? So,
Wow.
yeah, it sounds pretty fascinating.
Dang. All right. Yeah.
Also, not stranger than fiction. You know,
That's
you're
incredibly
oh.
scary.
If they had AI for the next election, I'm like, look, this can't be that bad. Let's try
I
it.
know.
Might as well.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Basically what's happening already, I think. Anyway. All right, and this is a question for you, Christina, from Huckbeard. Love your podcast. Question. You mentioned the book Mahjong Made Easy. I see a couple versions on the bookshop. Who are the authors? Thanks
The
in
authors.
advance.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Mahjong Made Easy is by the National Mahjong League. Let me pull it out, baby. You know it's right here.
Yeah.
Make sure that if you are buying this Mahjong Made Easy, you are not getting one off of Instagram, or not Instagram, Amazon, or anywhere else. You need to order directly from the National Mahjong League website. Well, gosh, they don't even have the website on here, but I think it's nationalmahjongleague.com or nmjl.com. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll look and I'll post it below.
I'll put it on the
But
links.
they are selling cards on Amazon now. So if you're buying cards, make sure that the seller is the National Mahjong League, and you will get decent cards, the right cards. Otherwise, it is the flip of a coin, and
Yeah.
you may be learning the wrong card. But this is not on Amazon. You have to go to the website to get this book. And when they change rules, they will update a book. But this one is a few years old, and there isn't a newer one. I don't know the year on this, but it's just a couple years old. And 2024.
Yeah.
And there is not a newer one than that. So if you see anything that's 2025 or 2026, that is not it.
The Bible.
It's the Mahjong Bible, in my opinion. Yes, absolutely. So you can buy a lot of books to learn from, but if you want the rules of the game, that is your book right there.
American Mahjong. Yep.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for asking.
All right. Now I have a question. This is maybe for everybody. This is from Dreamy Bohemian. I love her handle.
Oh.
Great name.
If player A has Mahjong on one line but does not expose it, and player B declares Mahjong on both of their lines, this is for a Siamese game, does player A still get points for their non-exposed hand? No.
Yeah, I'd say no on that too.
If you had exposed, and that's why sometimes it's beneficial to go ahead and expose one line when you are playing Siamese, so that you do make sure you lock in those points for at least one of your hands.
Right.
Because if it's not on the rack, it don't count.
There is a Siamese book, and I would love to pull it out and read from it, but I had borrowed it from someone and I returned it. So I need to get my own, because I would love to look and like read you exactly what it says, but I'm pretty sure that's kind of the price you pay for not locking it in. So if you want to like keep it pliable so that you can swap out jokers and whatever from that hand, you're risking not getting points from that.
I think that's why Siamese is very hard for pivot people. That's what I call them. Like people that really do love to pivot.
Yeah.
Siamese can be hard because if you don't expose that, because you want the ability to pivot, then you might be losing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and let me just clarify for those who don't understand Siamese or haven't played or have never played this way. So when you are playing Siamese, each player, there's 2 players and you each have 2 racks, and to win, you have to complete 2 hands to win the game. And so what you can do, though, is if you've completed 1 hand, you can expose that entire hand to lock it in and call Mahjong on 1 hand at a time. Right. However, if you do that, any jokers used are stuck in that hand. No one can steal them, but you also can't steal them back and reuse them. And you can't, everything is locked in just like any exposure. So you can't borrow or trade or change your mind or pivot or anything. So it's kind of risky to lock in one of your hands if it's not clean and complete and jokerless, right? And that's what we're talking about. If you don't do that, you have a hand and you've completed it, but you never declared Mahjong on it, it does not count.
Right. And I was playing with Clint last week and this happened to me. I was going for a concealed line and the tile passed by and I realized that one of my hands, I was not going to be able to achieve. And it was getting kind of towards the end of the game. So I went ahead and exposed one of my hands so that I wanted points for at least one of them.
Because you can hold for Mahjong for 1 hand at a time.
Right. But, and then so I knew he was going to beat me. I was like, I'm just going to get my points for my 1 hand. But then I got some jokers and I was able to pivot and I ended up winning both. But that was my plan, was to at least get the points for one hand. First hand.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, awesome. All right, that was a great question.
That was a great question.
Bohemian.
We have one more fan comment, it looks like.
Oh, yes.
From Big Rack 27.
Can we add that to the beginning?
It's been 14 episodes. This is for Christina, by the way.
Yeah.
It's been 14 episodes. And when are you going to teach Marshall Mahjong?
Oh. You don't know how to play Mahjong?
I do not.
At all?
I know. Well, a little bit now, but
okay.
I haven't been formally taught.
Yeah.
Like learning Spanish
laws
from
of
proximity.
Mexico. You've probably absorbed it.
I could probably fake a game. And,
Marshall's been a little busy, so when he is ready, we are here for him.
All right, we'll put it on the calendar. And Chris wants to learn as well.
With Chris
wants to learn as well.
Chris is actually an expert Mahjong player.
Oh,
if he's
sorry.
speaking
Another Chris.
He is
Another Chris.
Yes.
You know how to play though?
I'll help.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, there we go.
Do you know what you can't do in a pair? What can
jokers.
you not use? Okay, good.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
I just wanted to
There we
see.
go.
Yeah, that was a good
Curious.
I've been listening over here.
Yeah.
I only fell asleep
Okay.
once, I think. So
You've heard us say Chris a couple of times. Roxy's handsome husband has joined us today, and so Marshall's got a buddy, and he's off camera, but he's back there giving some solid high fives.
Yes.
So, yeah,
Marshall's
they've teamed
pumped
up
to have
nicely.
some extra testosterone in the room.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's
we'll
a
get
fun
our Bart
twist.
going again.
All right. Well, I think we have had a great intro, and it's
Let's
wonderful to be here with
get
all you fun
into
people.
it.
But I want to know about Mischief Mahj. Let's dive
I'm
in.
here.
Woo! Okay, so let's get to know Roxy.
Yes.
And this twist on our favorite game known as Mischief Mahj. We've got the cards laid out, and I cannot wait to play a game with you.
It's going to be so fun.
After we wrap this episode. All right, so for our listeners meeting you for the first time, tell us a little bit about yourself outside of Mischief Mahj. Who is Roxy Corbett?
For sure. I'm Roxy Corbett. I'm from Georgia. A lot of people everywhere I go, they're like, you're from Atlanta? And I'm like, no. But I actually have started saying yes because it's easier for people to place me in Atlanta. So I'm like, yeah, I am.
Sure. Close enough.
But I'm not far from Tallahassee. I married my high school sweetheart that's right over there in that chair. Yeah. And we have 2 kids that we're just obsessed with and stay on top of all the time. We've got a 17-year-old son named Mason. And then an almost in like a week and a half, 13-year-old daughter named Emmy.
Oh, wow.
And I just think that they're amazing. I think they're the best things that have ever walked this planet. So I spend a lot of time. That's like my hobby is being in my kids' business, whether they like it or not. But then I don't know. I've kind of been all over. I went to school for education. I am a teacher by trade, which I think is one of the things that kind of drew me to the Mahjong space was there was such a niche for needing, learning and teaching and like camaraderie around teaching.
Because it's overwhelming. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot to learn. Yeah.
I wish I could say that I did anything interesting, but I play Mahjong. And that's what I do. I don't garden. I kill everything.
That's the most interesting thing about you, in my opinion.
Came to the right place.
I have a funny, so my son had this like assignment this week where he has to write something about a classmate. They have to talk to each other. And like one of the things that somebody said, she was like, my hobby's shopping. And he came home and he was like, that is not a hobby. And I was like, it's your mom's hobby. So that's
raise him right. You gotta let him know.
Yeah. I'm like, that is a hobby. But I mostly just work and play Mahjong. I slip it in when I can.
Yeah.
So I've been doing this for almost a year. Mischief launched in November of last year.
Wow.
That
is fast.
Kind of on a whim. Not really. I was telling him, I'm a type C personality. That's something about me. I have A qualities. I have some very strong B qualities. And so it was really a happy accident of something, and we'll talk about that later, that happened at my Mahjong table. So, but that's it. I mean, there's nothing super interesting. I'm just a normal gal that loves this crazy game.
So you say that though, but you have some other professions besides.
I do.
Okay,
I do more than this. I was like, when we were prepping for this, I was like, how am I going to talk about this without sounding mental? And I've kind of had this conversation with myself many times over the last few months because that's a natural thing that people ask.
People relate to mental, so we're all here for it.
Well, I'm your girl. So I'm going to list it, and then we can talk about it because none of it has anything to do with anything else.
Yeah.
So I did teach for a while, and then I stayed at home for a while with our kids. It was very important to me that I was like able to be there with them.
For sure.
And then my husband's company absorbed a family business that had been in his family for a long time, and they needed some help. And it was a print marketing company. I had never done marketing. I worked in a radio station in college. Nice. So this is not my first time with a mic.
Ooh, yeah.
My dad was in radio. And so anyway, he kind of called me in. I was at home. Our kids were older. He was like, why don't you go to the shop and like help and see if you can kind of help them? I was like, sure. I like people. I'll go. I ended up being very good at marketing. Go figure. I'm going to pat myself on the back. I didn't see that coming.
You're a natural.
But I was surprised by it because I had been at home for a few years, and I don't want to say my brain was slowly dying quietly, but I needed
It's how it feels.
Stimulation, which is another reason why Mahjong has pulled us all into this crazy world.
Exactly.
I digress. I'm going to always turn it back to Mahjong. I don't know
and
if
that's why we're
normal.
all here right now.
Yeah,
right?
So we're on a podcast. So I took that over, and I ended up loving it, but I didn't want to answer to my husband or his partners. So I ended up deciding to buy it myself and taking it on. And I did that for about a year and a half. And then I started making some shirts for my son and his friends. I was an art major for about half of a semester in college.
I was going to bring that up. I'm glad you did.
And until my mama looked at me and she's like, girl, you're not going to make any money doing that. And so I went to education, which you also don't make any money in. But I am creative. So I started designing when I got really fluid in like the process and how you go about doing artwork on shirts and things like that. I started a private label men's Southern t-shirt brand.
Yeah.
And took it wholesale. Kind of did that on a whim too. Took it wholesale.
Yeah.
We kind of exploded on Instagram. We hit 18,000 followers in like 6 months. We've been wholesaling it. I'm kind of in a lot of stores across the Southeast. You can look me up. It's Buck Wild Clothing Co. But that's my main big heart love at that point.
Yes.
And then I got so overwhelmed with working that I needed to like carve out some me time, and that was right in line with Mahjong. And so I found Mahjong to try to carve out some time for me. And then I ended up making a business out of it.
Turning that into a job. That's right.
But because I was able to do that, so now I've got the print marketing company, I've got the t-shirt brand that kind of goes together.
Yeah.
But then this was born and into a totally another, and it's turned into so many avenues. So I travel now for it. I do events. Lots of things in the pipe.
Yes.
So I do. I have 3 careers.
You wear many hats.
Many hats on top of running my Instagram
That's
and doing like normal girl
as
things.
any mother
But I love
does.
that.
Yeah.
I think it's always good for other people and women especially to hear that like you have this idea, and just because you have a job and kids and all the things, putting a little effort into it, you never know where that's going to go.
I got a really good piece of advice from a friend of mine, and I'm not going to name her because she would go into hives if I named her on open air on the internet. But she said, dreaming is completely free. It doesn't cost anything to dream.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you're home or if you're working 3 jobs or whatever. If you have something that you're passionate about and you can dream, it doesn't cost you anything. Yeah. And if you spend time dreaming, then you're going to spend time trying to figure out how to make the dream
it reality.
happen.
That's right.
So it's just
That's
like a
beautiful
neat
advice.
I like that
love
a lot.
that.
Yes, I can't take credit for that, but it's a very good piece of advice.
So you said you found Mahjong, or I like to say Mahjong found you at
Mahjong
some
found
point.
me.
Tell us
I was
a little
mahjonged.
bit. You were mahjonged.
I was mahjonged. That's what I tell people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, this is something that we actually have in common. So 3 or 4 years ago now, Mahjong, I know that Mahjong has been around for longer than that, but it really didn't hit East Coast hard until 3 or 4 years ago.
Yes.
And there was a really smart gal named Dominique that came into my town, which is about an hour north of Tallahassee. Valdosta is a small place. I'm not like a Mayberry. We've got more than one red light, but I can get to one side of my town to the other in like 8 minutes because I've tested it. Like I can get there in 8 minutes.
You're a mom. You've definitely
And
tested it.
Yes, I've had to go from football field to soccer field on the other side of town in 8 minutes. So she came in. Our town is small enough to where the few Mahjong parties that she hosted and had, we're all friends with each other.
Yeah.
And so pretty much in a month period of time, we all learned Mahjong. Not necessarily together, but like she came in and taught, I think 3 or 4 learn Mahjong parties. I don't know what they're called. And we were at one of them. Chris was there. We got invited. It was a couple one at a good friend of ours.
Yes.
I was actually sick. And I was like this is so funny. These are the things that change your life. I was going to not go. I was like, not sick, but I was just like, I had a headache and I didn't want to, whatever. But we go to this party. I'm completely overwhelmed by it, but fascinated at the same time.
Yeah.
Like part of me was like, oh, I hate this. And then the other part of me was like, oh, I could really like this. And it would flip back and forth during the class, right? That's a real feeling that I think people don't talk about.
I think that's sort of like the roller coaster of learning. Like you have to invest some time and energy into learning
and
this
you have
game.
to fight through the initial frustration.
Yes, the initial this I don't have time to do this. So anyway, I obviously got over that hump. And so we all kind of learned Mahjong at the same time. And so we kind of started this big group that met monthly.
That's the way to do it.
I refer to it as Big Mahj. We didn't have a league or anything, but we all would play together and we would kind of swap homes and play if you could accommodate the guest list, that text thread. And so it started like that, and we did that for a few months. And then I had a smaller group, and we were playing 2 or 3 times a week. Like when we hit this, we were like, and I'm leaving work to go play Mahjong. I am clocking out early to go play Mahjong.
That's right.
Kissing him on the cheek out the door at night. I haven't seen you in 3 days, but I'm going to play Mahjong. That's kind of how it was. And so
we know the feeling.
I was immediately addicted. Like it was like a hard drug for me. And so
it is. I say this all the time. It's something that like our generation has craved.
Yes.
We needed this.
I've written.
I think multiple. I think it crosses generations.
No, I know,
I think it's almost
but generations before us have had like their bridges and their mahjong. You know what I mean? Like it's been around. We haven't had anything,
especially coming out of COVID.
Like everybody played bunco. That's what was when I was growing up. Our moms played bunco. But I think I've written about this a lot on my Instagram posts and things like that. Mahjong is such a unique game because it allows you to compartmentalize a small win.
Yes.
Whether or not you actually mahjong, it allows you to complete a task set. And I think in a world where we're so driven by the next thing, it's an immediate serotonin hit. Which is why it's like a...
You're getting into the psychology of it, which we love.
Episode 8, I think that was.
It was so good.
So that was it. And then I can kind of tell y'all how Mischief started. So we had this. Great. Am I skipping?
I love this story.
Okay.
Actually, this is almost the next question, but I'm going to go back to that one later. Don't worry.
So we started this, I'm going to refer to it as Big Mahj, but this big text where we all were playing. My family is from Louisiana and Texas. Mm-hmm. And so I was heavily indoctrinated in carnival culture growing up.
Love it. We got to chat. I did not know this about you.
I am.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of people think that Mardi Gras is one day that you eat cake and throw beads and whatever. That's not it. If you are from that part of the world, you know that it is like sometimes months prep for different parades. A lot of people are in groups of people that get together and have parties. Like it's just this huge thing that is so interesting, but was such a part of my childhood. And Valdosta didn't really hit it that hard. It was like, oh, I'll have a king cake.
Right.
So basically anytime there was a Mardi Gras party, I was going to raise my hand and say, I'll host that. So my sister-in-law and I hosted Big Mahj that month, and I was actually at my desk at my office on my lunch break, and I was like, I like to throw a good party. And so I was like, okay, what can I add to this to like make this
unique,
next
more
level.
like Mardi Gras? Like I want it because Mardi Gras is very like it's got mischief and there's different like
we've got a Mardi Gras mat.
People that there's Mardi Gras tiles.
I got my hat.
Yes. Okay.
The Iris crew.
Yeah.
But there's different like saints and things like that. Like it's just there's a lot of lore
involved
with Mardi Gras. So anyway, I could go off on a whole nother tangent.
Well, you're talking to the right person. This one's like in a crew and they live the life.
You'll have to come back we're going to do a Mardi Gras episode.
Okay, I want to come to that.
Okay.
I'm going to invite myself to
you
the
are
Mardi Gras.
invited.
You're in.
So I was on my lunch break and I was like, I want to give this some twisty-turny mischief, which is how the name was formed.
Yeah.
And so I wrote down 13 things on cardstock in my office. And because I was an art major, I hand drew some little Joker hats or whatever. And, and then I photocopied them. And I did it for the amount of people that we had at the party coming that night. So I get home, I set up all my mahjong tables, and then I take each card and put it underneath their mat. So they couldn't see them when they sat down. They didn't know that this was going to happen.
I love it.
Isn't this fun? I love this story. I already know it. So
and
I'm like...
So we get... The way that we kind of run it like a mini... Not a mini tournament, but like we have a winner at the end of the night, and the winner gets to take home a sweater. And have y'all seen that... oh my gosh, I'm blanking. What is her? Queen of Sparkles.
Yes.
The Mahjong sweater with the tiles.
Yeah.
Okay, that was our sweater that year.
That's
so if you won,
very Mardi Gras.
you get to take it home. Okay. Yeah. So after the winner's circle, or maybe it was like the hand before, I was like, before we kind of like in the night, I want you guys to look under your mat. There's a rule. We're going to play one round with these twists on your rule. You have to do what your card says, basically.
Yeah.
And everybody froze. it was like I had told them that I was going to pull their pants down.
Right.
Because Mahjong is not something that at the time, especially at this time, Fun Girl era Mahjong, which is what I do, was not in the picture yet. Right. And so it was Fun
Girl. It's like Girls Gone Wild.
I am Fun Girl Mahj. I coined that term. Love when you start hearing that, I'm kidding. But you could have heard a pin drop. And and these are all my friends. Right. And so they're looking at me and they're like, and I'm like, just try it. Just try it. We're just going to play one round. It's not going to hurt anybody. Yeah. So they all pull it out. They start playing. And all of a sudden I start hearing like erupting laughter and like, what do you mean you can do that? Yeah. And they're like yelling at each other. And it was so much fun. And we ended up playing with them for the rest of the evening, basically. And it was a big hit. He comes down the stairs at one point and he's like, they've got to go. Like, I've got to go to work. They've got to get out of here. Yeah. So everybody got up. I didn't really think about it again. I like patted myself on the back. I'm like good job, party. Yeah. You threw a great party.
Little did you know.
And then I went about my life. Yeah. I was like, well, that was fun. And I really didn't think it was going to be anything. But then I would get texts and it would be like, hey, you remember that thing that we did at your house at Big Mahj? Like, can you send that to me? Or what was that? Or where did you get those? And so I would like give them out, or I would send them the sheet that I had typed them all up on to keep or whatever. And I'm in marketing in a small town. So I was like, girl, you can't be handing out handwritten card stock. So I was like, what can we put this on? Right. And so the idea of the business card came up. Right. So, and there's some happy accidents with this that we'll talk about, but it's a PVC business card. This is what we print on business cards, things like that. Yeah. So I already had the machinery to do it. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? Like, let's just try it. Like, maybe nobody will want it. Maybe my friend group will want it. Maybe I can give it as birthday gifts. Right. I'm just going to print them.
You had access to it. You had the idea.
Yeah. And everybody loved it. And I was like, maybe we could just play this at Big Mahj sometimes. Yeah. I never thought, I really honestly in the beginning did not think anything. Yeah. Once I got them printed, and I saw them in real life.
That was the moment.
Okay, this is actually a product. Like, you're about to have a new job. And at the time, I was still getting Buck Wild off the ground. I had my store in Valdosta, so I was like, I don't really know if I need to do this, but because I'm a type C personality, which we talked about.
We don't talk enough about type C.
I'm C. And so C's are impulsive. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to start an Instagram. I had had a good amount of success with Buck Wild, knowing nothing about Instagram. Right. If you ask my best friends of 10 years and you say, point to the person that's going to run away from a photo, like in a group photo, they would all point at me. If you ask someone, point to the person that's never made a video on social media, they would point at me.
That is me.
So that was who I was. And I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll just like throw it, because it was a product, right? Like I can do a product. Yeah. So I start the Instagram. On our way, we were going to Sea Island on was it Mason's birthday trip? We were going for something, like a birthday trip or a holiday. And we were in the car for like 2 hours, and I was like, okay, I've got 2 hours. I'm just going to start the Instagram and see if anybody bites. Right. Just like total cold calling. I had one deck produced.
Oh my gosh.
Uno. Wow. One. Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to start the Instagram and just see what happens, throw it out there. By the time we made it to Sea Island, it had 150 followers.
Oh my gosh.
And then it just kind of kept going from there. And the rest is
amazing
history. Amazing. So it was like an impulsive decision from a fun Mahjong night.
Yeah, the best way.
I always tell people when people ask me about this product or how I made it, I was like, this is actually very organic to Mahjong.
You know what I think probably helped too with your social media is that you didn't have a lot of experience in social media, so you didn't feel like you needed to conform to what you had already seen.
Correct. Yeah. I had to be authentically me.
Had to be just you.
Because there was no other way. I couldn't be the cool girls that walk past the camera and look fabulous and open their drapes in the morning. Yeah. I knew I couldn't do that.
No.
I couldn't be like the Alabama Rush videos.
But you doing you really is also very fabulous.
You know what I mean? So I couldn't do like the OOTDs.
You're pretty fabulous, Roxy.
Oh, y'all are sweet. Yeah. But I didn't have a choice. And so I'm this almost 40-year-old gal that's like, you know what? I'm not trying to do social media.
This story to me is so good, though, because it just goes to show that these
passionate.
ideas,
Yeah.
give them a chance, you guys.
Yeah.
Like your ideas
try
are
it.
worth something.
If you
And-
think that you can do something, even if you don't know how you can pull it off, if you think it's something that would bring you joy to do,
Yes.
make a list of how to try it. That's it.
And all you have to do is try.
That's right.
And just try it. If it doesn't work out, the great thing
Free
is
to
nobody will
dream.
know.
Yeah.
Free to dream.
Free to dream, baby. Free to dream.
right.
Love it.
So that's how Mischief was born.
I
It's
love
just
that story.
That's a
very-
great,
It's
great
so
origin
inspiring.
It's
story.
a great
really
origin
is.
story.
It is.
But it's
I know.
also, it comes from you wanting to, do something that was going to help others and have a good time.
Right.
And then it's like, oh, there's a demand for this. And then just putting two and two together and, the saying dreaming is free, but then it's, action is what makes
Correct.
things happen.
Yeah.
And it's
Absolutely.
like not being
And I did
afraid to
have
fail
I
also.
did have
Right.
the means. I was in marketing. I had the material to print it out. I did have some very God wink things that were
Right.
put in my life
Yeah.
on purpose.
For sure.
I'm a woman
Totally.
of faith. I believe that I was set up to be able to do that dream, but I do feel like that is how it works. So
Absolutely.
Yep.
that,
Totally.
but another thing, which this I don't share in the beginning of my events, which you've been to, but this is a funny thing
Okay.
that I thought that I would say for the podcast. The other reason I did this is because when Mahjong first came out, like I said, Fun Girl Mahj was not the goal.
Right.
The goal was winning tournament style Mahjong.
Right.
Or winning however leaderboard Mahjong or
Yes.
however you want to describe it, which that's
Yes.
a wonderful, wonderful thing. I'm not discounting it. There were certain times where I felt like someone would be like, well, you can't do that. And I would feel so like,
Right.
That makes
that Mischief
Right.
was almost a way for me to take something back where I'm
Right.
like, this I'm doing for fun. So
Yes.
I'm going to make it fun.
right.
Yeah.
I am not the National Mahjong League.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
Like,
so
I
that's
don't
kind
claim
of-
to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the box I've stood on. I think I said that in my first video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the first video I ever put out with my face on it, I was like, I'm not the National Mahjong League. Do not come for me
Yeah.
in the comments.
Right.
This is
Yeah.
not what I'm here to do. I don't want to change Mahjong.
Right.
But I did want it to be authentic to like what me and my group got out of it, which was connection
Yeah.
and laughter and
fun.
memories and like the
Yes.
fun.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
so that's another, like, it was almost like a pushback. Like, okay, you say that I can't do this, but look, now I
Yeah.
can.
And I
You know,
love that
kind
aspect of
thing.
it.
Yes.
I guess that's another type C
And
quality.
I think it's fun to think about too is I've seen just at your event alone, people who came who are very typically
Rigid.
a purist,
Box.
very
Yes.
rigid in their playing. And I saw them
Love
kind
it.
of break free after grasping it
Yeah.
and enjoying it.
I love a purist.
Yeah.
I love a purist.
Yeah.
Because truly, like, I play purist American Mahjong
Right.
85% of
For
the
sure.
time.
Yes.
And I think you need to know how to be a purist and play, or like just
Absolutely.
know the
Right.
rules really, even if you play with blinks or whatever, like know your rules very well. And then adding this into
Yes.
it makes it all the more fun.
Yes.
It is kind of on top of the American Mahjong rules. You know, it's
Yes.
like it's an addition
Yeah,
to.
and I
It's
wanna
not
get into
instead of,
that.
It's not. Yeah.
I do want to get into that. I want to talk about the game a little bit. So for anyone who has never played Mischief Mahj, how would you describe it? Like, what's your elevator pitch? What is Mischief Mahj?
Yes. So my elevator pitch is Mahjong with a twist. It starts the same, it ends the same. So
Right.
this is something that you're going to play in tandem with your Mahjong game. I don't change the way turn order works. I don't change the way discarding works unless there's mischief involved. It keeps the bones of Mahjong. But what this is it is a card deck, which I showed you before, that every single turn you're going to pull a card and decide if you want to play with it or not. And that's another thing, like your body, your choice. I say that a lot.
Yeah.
Like, if you pull a card and don't want it, don't play with it.
Yeah.
But it either is going to be a rule bend or break. So I'm going to let you bend or break a rule, i.e. Joker in a pair. That's one
Yeah.
of them.
I love
we
that.
all know that's a no-no.
That's a good
That's a
one.
big one. And then it might be a reverse, like in turn order. Like you might turn the game around and everybody starts drawing from the back of the wall. So it's just some fun things that still keep the bones of Mahjong, but change it for your turn.
Yeah. Like a
Yeah.
chance card.
Like
you
That's
would
what
get.
I remember. Chance card from
or
Monopoly
Uno
is, yeah.
reverse. I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
Like I
Uno
get to
reverse.
these events and people are like, "Oh, this is like Uno reverse." And I'm like, "It is like Uno reverse, but for Mahjong."
Yeah.
Yes. It's like two of your favorite games in one.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There is strategy to it though. So
And that's where
The more I do this, the more I tell people and kind of lean into that. Whereas the purists, like we're talking about, usually they're in their box and they're like, oh, I can't come out of this. But when they realize that this is another layer of strategy, I can hold on to this card and think farther ahead.
Yes.
Than I could if I was just playing turn by turn.
It took us a few rounds.
Yes.
And then we're like, oh, that's how you want to play that.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do become familiar with the cards and how to best use them to your advantage. And get to know which cards you want to hold on to, which ones you want to play quicker, things like that, which is really fun.
Yes.
So the more you play, the better you get.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's like anything. You learn my deck the same way that you learn the National Mahjong League card, and we do that once a year, every year.
Yeah.
So it wasn't outside of the realm for a typical Mahjong player to add into their game.
Right.
Now, do I want you playing with this 90% of the time? No. I want you to add this in when you've played 3 or 4 games of super serious Mahj and you need some laughs at the end of the night. I want you to add it in at the end of a tournament event that you have for your league to make sure that people end on a very good, happy note instead of a stressed out, I lost note.
Yeah.
I want you to add this in your retreat weekends when you need something to do for pajama Mahj. You know, things like that. That's what Mischief Mahj is. It's not meant to be anything other than a fun addition to the game that we all love.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I think when Christina and I learned, it was at the end of the year. It was like we were waiting for the new card to come out.
Yeah.
We were kind of just
burnt
over
out.
That was a
card.
happy accident too.
Yes,
so
that's a perfect time.
I did not think that when I launched in November, people were so hungry for something
they
new.
wanted to turn it up a notch.
Yeah.
Like they wanted some more challenge. It gets a little stale once you've worn that card out and the new one hasn't dropped.
Yep.
This is the way to do it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Absolutely.
It adds in a little zhuzh. I like this. It's just a little, it's Mahjong. It's got a little zhuzh in it.
Yes,
Definitely.
totally. Okay, I want to talk about some of these cards. What are some of your favorite cards, Roxy?
So I'm going to give you my 4 heavy hitters, and we'll talk about each of them.
Okay. Yes.
These are the ones that kind of get people going. This is kind of the ones that I do the most content on social media about. So they're my frequent flyers. That's what I call them. But the first one is Joker in a Pair. We all know why I put that in here.
That's one of mine.
If you have played Mahjong for over a year and you've never thought to yourself, oh, if I could just I would have Mahjong. I would have Mahjong.
That's right. Yep.
So that's what this one's for. And then let's see where we're gonna. Okay, Jack your Jokers. I like to say I'm very sweet, but I'm also kind of spicy. So I do have a spiciness about me. I did want you to have the ability to mess with someone's hand. I just thought that would be fun.
Absolutely.
And so this is the one I would say if you were to poll most of my customers, students, things like that, they would say that this is the most heinous one.
Yeah.
Because what this card allows you to do is if you pull this card and let's say that Christina has 2 jokers exposed. If you pull this card and you have it, I can look at Christina and say, I want all of your jokers. And there's a little tiny, I don't know if you can't see it on the camera, but there's a little tiny thing on this that says this includes exposures. It's the only one.
So they then have to put their exposures back in their rack.
In their rack. You have wrecked their rack. This is a rack wrecker, is what this card is.
I love it. Unless it's me.
It's heinous. Now, I didn't pull it out, but there's another card in it. I think people are going to listen to this and be like, I'm not playing that. So there are also cards in this deck that allow you to hold on to them so you can say no. So there's 2 cards in this deck where if Christina had that card and I said, I want to jack your jokers, Christina could look at me, play her card and say no. And then there's also another card that says no, but I'm going to take all yours.
That's one of my favorites.
The reverse.
I love the reverse.
Reverse.
So that's a pretty, both of those, the reverse people don't think is as heinous necessarily when they read it, but it actually is probably a little more dangerous.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And then this is the one, this next card is the one that, I've taught, I don't even know how many classes I've taught now. I'm approaching 100 classes.
Wow,
I don't know
Roxy.
where I'm falling, but I'm approaching 100 classes.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And this particular card is called Everybody Charleston. This is the card. So I say this in my intro. I always do a little shtick before I have an event just to loosen people up, get them ready to play and open their space a little bit. But I always say your body, your choice. If there's a card in my deck that you don't think that you can do, there are some people that can't stomach putting a joker in a pair. That's okay. What I say is take it out of the deck. I'll never know.
Right.
I'll never know if
Right.
you play with that one card or not. It's not going to affect me at all. So take it out if you're
egregious.
not comfortable with it.
That's funny.
So I always give that as an option. This 8 times out of 10 is the card that people pull out of the deck. And they're like, we're not doing this one. But it is so fun, which is why it's ranking on this little list.
Yes.
This is everybody Charleston. This is at any point in the game. You can throw this card down and say,
Think about that, ladies.
we
and
are
gents.
all
Think
going
about that.
to go through a full Charleston. Not just a roll. We're going to do the lore too.
Roller.
So it's roller all the way through. This
All
one is
6
the
passes.
one that people are like, I can't do it. Now, I will say, since I have the opportunity to say it calmly, and during a class, I'm just usually like, take it out. I don't care if you play with it. But it really only messes up your hand for 3 tiles. If you,
Because you can just keep passing the same 3 tiles.
Because doing the Charleston in the middle of a game is much different than doing the Charleston
Much
in the
different.
beginning of the game. That is a high thinking mahjong skill.
Yes.
So I think a lot of people don't realize that. They think that you're about to wreck
Their
7 sets of
entire-
3 tiles on
Right.
your rack.
Yeah.
No.
So they immediately pull this one out. This is the one that gets the most like throw out over their
I would
shoulder.
love
No,
that
I love
one.
it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
I love
so
a little
those are my faves.
I
Probably.
think if they gave it a chance
Yeah.
and did a full roller with it,
Yeah.
they would realize.
I would encourage you, if you play with my deck, to give this,
Yes.
the fourth, I guess the fourth, would it be the third Charleston a chance?
the third Charleston.
Yeah, I guess that would be what I would
Yes.
say is to do that. And then the only other one that I can think of is Go Fish. This is a card that you
was
get
one I
to
pulled out.
name your suit. Yeah. Yeah. Do you like that
I
one?
love that one. Yeah.
Okay, explain that one.
So this one is just like, it's just playing Go Fish. So I would look and I would say, you may have an exposure, you may not. And I would say, I want all of your BAMs. What if you're playing a line that's a single suit?
Yeah.
And that single suit
Takes
is
your whole-
BAMs.
Yes.
So I have a funny story about this card. One of my very best friends. I'm not going to name anybody. One of my very best friends. I know. I'm not going to throw her name out. We were playing, and she was so sweet. She was like, I wasn't in her direct mahjong group, but she was one of my best friends. She was like, come to my little group. This is when I first started, and like teach us how to play. I was like, sure. And so we come, and she's a purist. She is a purist. She's a point counter. She is a Charleston strategist, but she was willing to try it because she loved me. Well, she got all of her hand stolen. So it was like on the third thing. And I'll never forget, I look over at her and and she was in a bad mood the
my
rest of the time
God.
I was there.
Yes.
She was like, I cannot believe you did something like
if you
this.
could only
Like, it
control
was
the
just-
cards,
I know. Well, now when I go set up events, I do try to like look at the way the decks are stacked and make
Nobody's
sure,
getting totally
make sure
screwed.
no one's getting
Yeah.
assassinated on the
you
first
can
try
see their
with
face
me.
across the
Yeah.
room like she's not buying one.
But it was awful because she got her whole hand taken from her.
Yes.
Now, if you get your whole hand taken, you get to draw the same amount of tiles. So
Your
could
game's
draw
not
5
over.
jokers
Yeah.
if they're in
Yes.
there, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you
You're
gotta roll
still
with
in the
it.
game, but
there,
yeah.
when we played one time, we were playing with a friend, and I will not name her name.
Yeah.
But she got really pissed, and thankfully
Yes.
it wasn't one of us. It was the fourth we were playing with, and like every game after that, she was like gunning for this. She was like giving her all the bad. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, she was upset.
She
we
was
do
upset.
have
Upset.
some grudges held.
Yeah, it's like,
in
you gotta
this.
let it go.
I've seen some grudges being held. I've seen
I
some.
think, that says a lot about a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So,
agree. I agree.
But
I like healthy competition, though.
Yes.
I do. I
Yeah.
like it. Like, oh, you stole my jokers? Great.
Yeah.
You're on my list.
Yeah.
Like,
But
Yeah,
the
it's
game
fun.
is already like half luck, and then you add in these wild cards,
Yes.
Yeah.
and you have so much less control over your hand and your game than you did just playing regular mahjong. So
Yeah.
you've got to release and just have fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not every game is going to be your game.
this is
You're
fun.
going to hit
this
some
is
bugs.
not a tournament.
This is
No.
This is,
fun.
you might
and
lose your
it's
whole hand.
so much fun.
So
Yeah.
and I think the tables can turn so quickly, and
Yes.
as opposed to normal mahjong,
Yes.
you are always still in it. Or you can always it's just so fresh.
Yeah.
Like one card can change the dynamic
whole
of the whole
game.
table.
The whole
so
table.
yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
It really keeps
I
it
know.
so fresh.
It can
Keeps
make
you on
you
your
have to start
toes.
from the very beginning, but that's the challenge
I know.
now.
I
so.
I do tell teachers, and especially like people that have been with me for a long time, that I have like private conversations about this with, and how should I present this to different people.
Yeah.
It is a very good teaching tool for students to learn not to get attached to their hand. Because even in regular mahjong, sometimes you can get very attached. I think we've talked about this.
Definitely.
Attached to your hand.
To feel like it's safe.
And that really does limit your ability to strategize. Because if you're attached to your hand, you're not going to want to pivot.
That's right.
This is a good, like, dry tool, like practice tool to get used to that mindset of anything could change at any moment, and really makes you a faster thinking.
It's a great point.
Mahjong player.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Yeah. And I like having that challenge added when we lose the challenge of, towards that time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keeps the brain fresh. That's what we like.
That's
That's why we're here. Yep.
So you kind of once told me this funny story about, we'll call her Karen from Market.
Yeah, we'll name her Karen.
I would love for you to share that story.
Yes. So before I tell the story, I will say there are many different niches in Mahjong.
Yes,
so there's a teacher niche, there's a student niche, there's a wholesaler niche, which I'm in now. We launched our wholesale program in January of this year.
Yeah.
That is a totally different space to be in the Mahjong product world. So before I tell this story, when I say I have the greatest respect for anyone that is creating a product in this space, because people have extremely strong feelings about it. This is not a dress.
You are not wrong.
You might not think that you look good in brown. This is not that.
Right.
So from a wholesaler perspective, it was definitely a new feeling for me. Like, just retail wise, people, when I came out with this, people were super like positive and like love bombing even. Like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever or whatever.
Right.
Well, then you shift into the wholesale space and it's not the same. These people are having to come in and their money is their investment, and they're trying to decide if they're going to invest in your product. It is not a warm and fuzzy cotton candy mahjong world in the wholesale side of it.
Yeah.
So I always say I have the utmost respect for creators, because even if it's like something simple like what I do, or something very time consuming like tiles or mats or something like that, you're getting reviewed like you're a Google item.
Right.
And in these market
You've got to have a
settings,
thick skin.
you do have to have it, but you also have to be able to stand behind your
You've
product.
got to have confidence in your product.
You have to have confidence in your product. Luckily for me, I have blind confidence in 90% of everything that I do, whether I should have it or not.
That's great.
I think it works for you.
That was like a spiritual gift that I have. Thank God, because I would have never been able to do this without it. But in market, what people do, if you've never been in a wholesale setting, if you've ever been to like a Christmas market where the little booths are set up, that is exactly what a wholesale market is. You're in there with your products, and what people do is they walk by and they'll come into your booth, and you have 90 seconds to pitch them.
Right.
You might have 60. Now, I've gotten my pitch down to about 45 seconds, and I can tell you in 15 if they're going to talk to me.
Right.
Like, if they're going to humor me on this.
Right.
Yeah.
And so this is like a common thing that happens, but because it's like a rapid fire situation, people are Amazon product reviewing you to your face. They may or may not know that I'm the creator.
Right.
Now, the last market I did, I'm on social media now. My following's grown. Most people knew who I was, but this was my first market where people didn't know who I was yet.
Right.
Didn't know that I had created it. So I was used to being Google reviewed in live time. That didn't bother me. But this lady walks in and she stands up. She's got her bag and she's like, "What is this?" And I was like, this is blue. And so I do my 45-second pitch. I at the end of market days, you've been smiling so hard that you get lockjaw.
Yeah.
That's a real thing that happens.
Yes.
So I'm like smiling, and this is what this is or whatever. And I could tell she wasn't my fish.
Yeah.
She wasn't biting this pole.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is what this is. And she goes, "What is it?" And I explained it again. And she goes, "Someone that is not good at mahjong came up with this product."
To your face.
And I'm sitting there with one of my employee, one of my wholesale reps, and we're sitting there and we play mahjong together. She's one of my good friends.
Yeah.
We play mahjong together. And so she's got her phone, and I look at the lady and I'm like, "Do you want to sit down?" Because the way I have my mahjong booth set up is I demo this product. So I have a mahjong table, I have sets, cards, everything. That's what my booth looks like. You can look it up on Instagram. But that's the way I'm set up. I'm set up to play a game.
Yeah.
So I said, well, why don't you sit down and we'll play a game? She goes, I don't want to play with this. I was like, no, we'll play regular Mahjong.
Yeah.
So she sits down. I get my phone out and I text my friend that also works for me. And I'm like, you better win. Lock in.
Yeah.
Like, she's not beating us.
Yeah.
And so she sits down. She had gone on and on about like she plays in tournaments and like all this stuff.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, just have a seat. Let's play a game.
Yeah.
And so this was literally the most important Mahjong game of my life. I'll never play another one that this is important.
She just told you obviously could not play.
And she had just said that whoever created this was not a good Mahjong player. That's what she said. And I was like, sit down. I locked in, and I don't know how I did it.
You just blacked out.
I blacked out because I'm like a 70% winner. I'm a good Mahjong player.
Yeah.
But I'm there for the vibes.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not usually there
very
to
similar.
win the game.
Yes.
So anyway, I was like, oh, you got to focus. And the everything line, the stars aligned, my tiles
The karma
came.
gods were.
The karma
gods were in your favor.
gods were in my favor. They heard the cry.
Yes.
And I won.
Hell yes.
And I was able to look at her. So I win. And she goes, and it was a fast win.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a short win.
yes,
It was
girl.
like Mahjong. And I like exposed my
Next.
tiles and I was so happy. And then she looks at me and she goes, oh, well, I've got somewhere to be. I was like, okay, well, I'm so sorry you didn't like my product. And, you know, she goes, this is your product? I was like, it's my product.
Yes. And I
is
just
my
whipped your
product.
tail.
And I was just like, you just have a blessed day.
Yes.
And like, she left and she never thought about me again. And
Who
it's
cares?
fine.
That feels so
But
good.
it was the best.
Oh.
It was the best Mahjong
Yes.
of my entire
Fantastic.
Mahjong life.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you had that moment,
Yeah.
though.
It was a
It's
good-
because if we could have a moment like that for all of our little naysayers,
I know.
and all of our, you know,
Yeah.
Well, and I just love your grace in that moment.
Yeah.
And, you know, my mother always said, kill him with kindness.
Yes.
I was just about to say
And
that.
But I did need to
That's
win.
the only
I
way.
did
Yes,
need to
you
win.
did, yes.
That-
Yeah.
I feel that.
With
and
the
I
smile on
your
needed
face.
to win though.
Yeah.
So that was just such like
That's
a
hilarious.
wonderful.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
that
I do. It's
story.
funny. We don't get too many negative comments yet, but it's like they don't think you're
I don't
reading
think
it. I'm
that
like, do
you-
you not think I'm reading this? Like you're talking about me.
Yeah.
Like,
It's very easy
really
to
odd.
isolate on social media.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I do think the Mahjong space, people have strong feelings about it. We all know that. I have some strong feelings about things.
Yeah.
You know, I don't necessarily have to type them out, but I do. We all
Right.
have feelings.
Yes.
But for the most part, I do feel like this is a very community driven.
totally.
Girl power, like
Exactly.
girl boss.
Absolutely.
We're happy that
Yes.
we're all succeeding.
it is a huge tent.
Yes.
And it should be a
We're
huge,
very
glorious,
lucky.
fun, wonderful, joyous tent.
yeah,
It
this is a
it's
big
One of my
game.
favorite
Playing.
things about the community
Yes.
is how empowering we
Yes.
are to
Yes.
one another.
Yes.
How
Yeah.
supportive.
And I love it that it brings, I was thinking about this today on the way down here. Mahjong is so intensely intellectual, but it brings intellectual personalities together with creative personalities.
Yes.
And we've
Oh,
seen
yes.
we've
love
seen
that.
so many beautiful
Yeah.
things come out of it because it
I love that
draws
you
these
said
two
that.
separate
Yeah.
personality types
Roxy,
into
that's
a
huge.
table.
Yeah.
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 So it's just
and
amazing.
you kind of have both in one person. I feel like you,
yeah,
you
more
get to use-
creative.
Yeah.
Not as much intellectual, but more creative.
But like, yeah, but
Type
you're
C.
great
Yeah.
on the business side and the marketing side, which was a talent you discovered about yourself, and you've always had the passion for art and
Yeah.
creating.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it just,
Yeah.
I mean,
Your powers
you have made it
combined.
flourish.
Correct.
Yeah.
What is that?
Powers
It's like
combined.
to watch. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah. Yeah.
Captain
that's
Planet.
so
Okay.
fun.
Captain Mahjong.
Listen, I want to make sure we spend some time covering this retreat
Yes.
coming
Yes.
up. So
Yes.
This is what
exciting.
I'm the most excited. I mean, I don't want to say the most. I have several kind of new things coming down the pipe, but the retreat is something. So I'm going to tell you how it was born. So
Okay.
in November, when I launched the product, on my way to St. Simon's,
I feel
on
like
a
we kind of
whim.
watched this be born
Yes.
on
We
social
actually,
media.
We came on at the same time, I think. I would
Yeah.
be curious to go back and look. You'd have to verify that information. I
Yeah.
think we might have popped on the gram around the same
I
time.
think so.
I think it was
Yeah.
early November-ish.
I feel very connected to watching you guys.
I think you
and I know
started
y'all
and
followed
we didn't
me.
launch anything
Yes.
until January, but you had started the Instagram in
Yeah.
November.
And then we
Yeah,
found
that's right.
out that you did not live far away,
Right.
and we had like Dominique in common. And then I believe you guys spent a lot of time in St. George.
Yes.
And then we
Yes.
had that connection.
Yes.
So we've sort of had.
We've kind of been together from the beginning following. And so I launched the affiliate program in January. So I launched the whole thing in November. And then by January, I was like, I've been doing an affiliate program because I had so many people wanting to share this, which I loved, but I needed to have the control of how it was presented.
Yeah.
There was no other way to do that other than to launch an affiliate program. I didn't know anything about an affiliate program. I remember being in the car with Chris and being like, I need to do this, but I don't have any gauge of like what the industry standards are. There was a lot of business things going through my head about how to launch the specific, affiliate program. So what I had decided to do is I was like, I'm just going to have to know them all. Like it's not going to be something that they can email me and there's an automatic email. I was like, it's going to take a lot of time, but I have to know them.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to have to essentially meet them or communicate with them myself in order for them to be a part of this program.
Really smart for you to nail that and know that needed to be incorporated.
It would have been easier to do it the other way.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been easier to open up a blanket kind of affiliate sign up, buy in, whatever you want to say.
But I think it gives you more control of your product and your image.
But I just needed to know the women that were coming on board with me.
Right. They're representing you.
And so when I started this, that was the other thing, is because I went back and forth for a long time. I was like, do I want to call it an ambassador program or do I want to call it an affiliate program? Mm-hmm. I feel like an ambassador represents a brand. I feel like an affiliate walks beside a brand and the brand walks beside it.
Okay.
Which is why I chose affiliate. You're affiliating with me. You're saying I like this product.
Right.
You're not representing me as like something that benefits you.
Right.
I want Mischief to be a tool that you use in your business to bring in engagement in your leagues or classes and fill your seats and fill your tables.
Right.
So anyway, I settled on affiliate. And so I was like, I'm going to have to know them all. So I blocked out an enormous amount of time. And so if you heard from me in the very beginning, way back last January, you were actually talking to me. That was not an AI message. That was not anything. That was me. I was grassroots. I was following people and watching how they portrayed Mahjong and what they liked. I would reach out to them and say, I have this affiliate program.
Yeah.
I want you to join. I think you'd be a great fit. And I think a lot of people probably thought that was like a AI message or something.
Yeah.
It was me. It's out, but it was me begging for people to kind of join me on this journey. Well, when they started responding, it was a great response, but there were a lot of them at one time. So what I would do is I would schedule Teams calls with my affiliates. So I would basically onboard, let's say 10 to 15 women at a time. So I would schedule a new affiliate call. They'd jump on the call. And I would go through what the product was, how I wanted them to use it, what I could do to help them. I did some kind of trade information. Like I'll kind of give you some social media tips if you want to come on with me to this call. I was begging people to kind of get on this phone call with me and meet me. And so they did. And what these calls ended up being, yes, I would teach them about the product, but then at the end, they would become this huge community exchange of information.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how to explain it, but I do know that in this, I've gone all over the country. I've seen leagues, clubs, parlors, private people that teach.
You're massively widening your test group.
It is.
Yeah.
And so, but what I found was that in going to these places, and I hope this resonates with someone because I'm here to tell you there's a way to do it. There's a lot of competition and there's a lot of, I'm going to guard my tips and tricks because I don't need it to impact my program. And I'm not saying that everything's always above board, but that's kind of was a common theme that I was seeing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Having these community calls enabled women to talk to each other from Texas that were in Arkansas and have a free exchange of information without it threatening their program.
That's right.
And it was such an amazing, happy accident. And so these calls would kind of drag on for an hour because they would be like, this works in my league and we do this here and we do this here. And I'll never forget one of my good friends who is still an affiliate with me. I was with her and I was like, I wish we could do this. It was my second call. Yeah. I was she was on the call.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wish we could do this in person, get together in person and exchange this information because it's so this was back in January. So I've And then in February or March, I was in New Orleans with my daughter for a cheer competition, and we stay at the Ritz there.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes.
We are
You
in
cheer-
the cheer world.
cheer mom.
I'm a cheer mom. I'm not your typical cheer mom though. She
You're
does
a
her
cool
own
cheer
makeup.
mom.
I show up barely before she gets on stage. I'm not
girl.
drilling her.
Nice.
But,
I love that.
I'm obsessed with watching her, but I'm never going to be like, your back handspring, your legs were too good.
Yeah.
You know?
Not a stage
But
mom.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not.
Cheer
But we were in New Orleans for a cheer competition, and I've been going to that hotel for many years. And I was like, I looked at Chris and I was like, if I do one, I'm going to do it here. This is where I want to do it. So I feel like I manifested this kind of long time ago.
Yeah.
And so I kept hearing that. Like every new place I would go, I would talk to Mahjong instructors and they would be like, oh, I'm doing this. And then I could kind of relay the information. I was like, I got a gal in North Carolina that's doing this, and this would be great for your program.
Yeah.
And I found that the more of these places that I'm booking events for, I was just like spreading. It was like a telephone game.
Yeah.
Like I was just kind of having to remember what everybody told me. And so I really started digging into what a retreat looks like. It's definitely more complicated than I thought, but in good old me fashion, I
just
made
go
an
for it.
impulsive decision one night at 9:00, and I was like, I'm going to throw this out there that I might do this, and I'm going to see. I'm going to see.
And I think I saw that post.
And it was
like
impulsive.
3
Yeah.
minutes after you posted it, and I was like, yes, I'm in.
This is
But,
just like an interest. Like, comment if you would be interested in doing this.
Yeah.
Well, then I woke up the next morning, and it was like, like all these comments, and I was like, oh my gosh, people want to do it, so now I have to plan a retreat. So I took 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I took 2 weeks, and I really like was on the phone with the hotel sales service a long time. Like, I knew I wanted to do it there. And I wanted to offer something that was a luxury, but then was also really like a business kind of venture. So this retreat is not just open to the public.
Right.
This is for Mahjong teachers, leaders, anyone that's in the Mahjong space in a business capacity.
Okay.
And what this is we're all going to come together. We are going to play Mahjong, but this is not your typical Mahjong retreat where you're playing for hours and hours. We are going to have open play spots.
Yeah.
But what I've done because of my travels, I've been able to like curate this collection of like friends and really amazing women that are making moves in this space and doing amazing things to come and speak. Like Dallas Mahjong Club, those ladies have taken me under their wing and shown me so much love, and I
these
love
networks
y'all.
are powerful.
And and having people in positions to see the Mahjong business from all perspectives in one room. In one room.
Wow. Yeah.
And you're going to have access to them.
Yeah.
In real, so it's not like, it's not going to be, I could never sit through a seminar that was an hour and a half about how to do social media marketing for your Mahjong business.
Right.
So what I've done is I've broken it up into these small sessions. So pretty much you'll come, you pick your table talk, which is a lot like what we're doing now.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be 4 different table talks. And so throughout the weekend, you're going to get to hear these people speak about what they do. But even if you can't, let's say you go hear Troop Mahjong speak about what she's doing, and then you come to my little table talk and hear me talk about collecting people and connecting with them.
Right.
Connecting with people, not collecting with them. I said that backwards. We don't want to collect them. That's the opposite of what I want to do. But we want to connect with people. That's where my strong suit is. So that's what I'm teaching on.
Yeah.
You're going to leave with all the information, regardless of if you actually get to attend the table talk. So that in itself is going to be so beneficial.
Invaluable. Right.
And invaluable to the Mahjong space. And if I don't do anything else, I want to be able to say that I left this community with a better telephone system to communicate with each other.
Yes.
If I can't do anything else in this retreat and play some Mahjong and have fun
you
in a beautiful
will be connecting
city.
so many people, I think, no matter what you're doing, everyone who's going such a huge service and providing them a space to connect. And that ability is just going to be huge for everybody.
I think it's going to be a game changer. I do want to, I'm not even like low teasing this. I want to have just like a Mahjong retreat. That's like, but that's going to be something that I do and open up later on. This was like, I do things in order of my heartstrings, and the connection and the community of this is a higher heartstring for me than, just like a normal.
You see that you saw the need and you're filling the void.
And it was organic. I don't do anything that's not kind of organic to me. So, yeah.
We can tell. And I think
what the
that's why
retreat
you're
is.
so successful.
And there's still spots. So it is a limited. There's 60 spots, but things happen. People's lives happen. Kids change. Family members, whatever. So we do have a few spots. I'm never going to say we have 2 spots. We have 5 spots. You're never going to see me do that. I'm not fire sailing this. Yeah. This is something that I want you to do that's going to be beneficial to your business. And whoever can come.
Yeah.
But there are still spots open. So you just go to our website and you can register for it.
Awesome. I love the Marriott.
I raised my hand for it.
Yeah.
And then I realized the weekend she chose is my dad's 90th birthday. Like his birthday is sort of in the middle of the week. So a few days before that. And my family, they haven't decided which weekend.
Yeah.
But they're leaning towards that weekend.
Yeah.
But if they can choose a date and there's a spot
you swing
left.
that wind. Yeah. And
I'm
call
gonna,
me.
yeah.
I think I'll go either way.
Yeah.
So I hope you can come with me.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. And we are going to play Mahjong. I mean, it's going to be fun.
Of course we're going to play Mahjong.
I've got some really fun, like, Mahjong company friends that have signed on to donate some awesome giveaway prizes.
Yay.
So,
That's
remind us
amazing.
of the
It's gonna be a
date.
fun
What
weekend.
is that
So
date?
It's February 19th
February
through
19th.
the 21st. And I am going to have a schedule sent out hopefully by January 1st. So if you sign up before January 1st, you'll have the exact, like, this is when we meet on Friday. This is when you're leaving on Sunday.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be awesome.
I think I might be there for Mardi Gras the week before that. So I might just have to stay.
I wish you the best. I wish you the best.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Okay, well, I'm really excited for this.
too.
And if I can make that work, you better believe I will
might
be
just
there.
kidnap you.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, you have to come pull me off a cruise, I think. Oh, my gosh.
Lord.
I know. The poop cruise.
I know. I'm not a cruise person.
I'm nervous about it now.
The no exit strategy. If I can't have an exit, you've lost me.
I'm a good swimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not.
No.
If
That's
I'm swimming,
funny.
someone's drowning.
This is the second time I've mentioned the poop cruise today. We were talking about what kind of ship we ran, and I was like, honey, I'm running the poop cruise. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, so that's on the brain. I am not going on a poop cruise.
But you know
Okay. So Roxy, oh my gosh, look at it. We've gone through so
I know,
much
we did.
here.
I'm kind of a fast talker.
Okay,
but I'm
I want
afraid
to. We do kind of like a little rapid fire,
Yes.
and I've
Yes.
lost my.
I got it.
Okay, good. Let's do it.
All right,
Okay,
here's
I'm
rapid
ready.
fire questions for
Okay.
Roxy. All right, blanks or purist?
I'm a purist.
All right, go, girl, go. All right, Charleston, leave it or love it?
Charleston, I love it.
Nice. All right, biggest Mahj pet peeve?
This is going to surprise some people. So I need you to rack your tile. I need you to rack your
Yes.
tile. I just do. That sound is, I just need you to rack your tile.
Rack
That's my
or
pet
tap?
peeve. Rack.
Rack
I don't
it,
like
baby.
I don't want to tap it. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna. I'm not gonna come for you in the comments of your videos for it. But if you're at a table with me, every time you tap it, I'm gonna go like this. And it's
No
fine.
comment.
No,
don't love a
kidding.
tap.
I'm kidding. But I like a good rack.
I love a
Rack
good
it.
rack.
All
I'm
right.
with you on that.
Nice. All right, favorite section of the 2026 card?
Any like numbers all day.
Okay, nice.
All
Yeah, so great to pivot.
All day.
We're very
All right,
similar.
Any like
Yes.
numbers 2024.
Yes. I'm with you
That's
on that.
I'm not I don't love
Yes.
I don't love 2025 was fun.
Yeah.
But like 2024 was like my jam.
Yeah, and the Quince 2024. Ooh.
Yeah.
Quince
Take me
2024.
Take me back.
Yeah.
That's good.
This is funny. I love that section the most. I win pretty frequently on 13579 though.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay, that's your.
Yeah.
I'm a
That's
consecutive
interesting.
in my
run girl.
head, I think I win
Yeah.
on that.
See, that's we need to track.
That's
Yep.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Dun dun dun.
I'm a
Yes.
consecutive run
All
girly
right, this is
too.
our favorite little question that we
Okay.
ask all of our guests is
Yes.
your dream table.
Dead
Can
or
be
alive.
but
Oh, this was the one that I meant to think about, and I was like,
now
think
we
about
put
it,
you on
and
the
I
spot.
didn't think about it. Okay,
You knew it was coming.
yes.
Julia Roberts,
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Barefoot Contessa,
Oh my gosh, that's a great one.
Wow.
and Taylor Swift.
Oh man.
What a table.
Those are my must-have.
That's
You
a great
win
table.
for it.
Yeah.
People.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I
We
mean, there's-
usually get like my grandma, and which is
No.
great. But like you were like, listen,
Love
grandma,
it.
we'll do something else.
Yeah.
Not at my mahjong
That's
table.
a fabulous table.
I think that's a fabulous
That is,
table.
I mean, imagine.
Yeah, that
what
is
you
some
guys,
girl energy.
I don't even know if you'd get through the game.
well,
Y'all would be
and it's
Yeah.
that's possible.
Yes.
All those people are alive.
I know.
and still
All those
playing
people
and,
say
yeah,
they like mahjong.
that they play.
Yeah.
That they play. I think I haven't
I don't
heard
know about
Taylor.
Taylor.
come
No,
out.
I don't know know about
I
Taylor.
think she
She
does.
would.
I could see her. Let's speak
She's
it.
so
Taylor, call us.
busy.
Yes.
We'll play.
Yes.
We'll play with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come be on Tell Talk.
Come be on our dream table.
Yeah.
We'll fit you in.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, that was a great dream table. I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right. All right. We're going to do some tile tips, but before we let Elizabeth take that over,
Okay.
I would like to ask if you have any tips for people playing like Mischief Mahj. Any game tips for
Right, and I think for me,
Mischief
I
players?
wanted to ask, like, what cards do you hold? Like, what do you
Yes.
hold back and when?
So what I tell people, because you play with 3 cards at a time,
Right.
so you can play with up to 3 cards, and then once you get to 3, you either have to use it by playing it, or lose it, or you discard it like a discarded tile.
Right.
So that's the rule.
So you
but
can only hold on to 3 cards.
You should have, after 3 turns, you should have 3 cards in your rack. So I always say keep a defense card. If you luck out and get a
Yes.
defense card, keep
Always,
it. Always
yeah.
keep it. And then as far as your your spicy cards, I would hold on to 1, but don't overhold those, because there are some very valuable cards that have nothing to do with stealing.
right.
They have more to do with looking for something that you need, and sometimes that's
Yes.
more valuable in finding mahjong. People always want to hold on to, like, I'm going to steal all your jokers, but there is a card that says you can take 3 from the graveyard. That's
Right.
more
I
valuable.
love
to me.
that one. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones I pulled out.
But
one of my
mostly
favorites.
keep a defense card. It's
Yeah.
very helpful. If you
Okay.
luck out
Yeah.
and get 1, keep it.
Yes.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Right. That's a good pro tip.
All right.
Alrighty. Okay.
Elizabeth, what you got for
So
us?
today for tile tips, staying on theme, I went a little mischievous.
I like
sometimes
it.
you need to be mischievous
like it.
in American mahjong, whether if you're playing Mischief Mahj or not. So let's go with a few ways to be sneaky during the Charleston and get the upper hand on your opponents.
Yeah.
And it's like being a spy. You know, I love spies.
I like this.
Yes. All right. So one of the things, and I do some of this, is
Yes.
rack reading, where you keep a sharp eye on your opponent's handle passes, like where they put the tiles when they pick them up after you've passed.
Okay, they
where
pick up their 3
their
tiles.
I do that. If
So-
you're throwing them on the left side, it's a flower.
It's a flower, exactly.
Yeah.
And
so
if you put
I'm
it in
looking
the middle,
at the person's rack whose tiles maybe I pass.
yes, that's what I'm talking about.
And so you know what they're keeping and what they're not.
Yeah.
Yes, when you pass a tile, watch where your opponent is putting them. So you kind of want to know what you're passing in your set of 3, and then watch if they put it in the middle. Then it might be something they need, or at least it's a suit that
Right.
they're going to hold on to.
If you passed all odds and they're like keeping them, then you're like, okay, that could give you a hint.
well, this is just about where they put them on the rack. It's like if they put them on the edges, it's either a flower
Or
or
it's
something they
trash.
don't need,
Yeah.
or it's trash. Especially usually people tend to put the right side is their trash junk that they're
Is that
gonna,
like validated? Because I've
mean,
always
it's-
thought that. Is
yeah.
that like something that's come out and been studied?
No, because I run the league and it drives me crazy that I can't read right off the bat what people are going for, because everybody organizes so
Differently.
Yes.
When I teach, I ask them to do flowers to the left and then trash to the right of jokers. Or
Okay.
that
Yeah.
way, because I'm teaching and I'm walking around the table and I need to be able to look at what I'm working with
Yeah.
to
Right.
help guide them. But
And some people are really savvy. Like they don't want you to know. So they will
Oh my
just
gosh,
put
those-
stuff
right.
So you can't, I mean,
Those
but
are
for
the
the most
smart
part, I
people.
think just watching
Yes.
people's reactions, and you can kind of tell if it fits or doesn't fit.
I
so
will
that's
say,
just
too,
kind of
if
reading
you-
the way they rack their
If
tiles.
you pay attention in a casual game, a lot of people will not rack the ones they're about to pass.
Yes, that's true too. Yeah, they'll
They
just
won't
leave
even put them on their rack.
Right.
So if you pass to the right, and I notice that she doesn't pass the dot and the crack that I gave her,
Exactly.
she doesn't even rack it because
Right.
she's ready to pass.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Because people are moving so quickly
Right.
in Charleston.
Right.
Yes.
Well, and the next tip is right into that. It's remember your trash.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
remember the tiles that you're passing, and if you pass a 7 dot and it gets all the way back around to you, then congratulate yourself on not helping anybody out. But also now you know that nobody wants those high cards.
Right.
Those even not just the 7, but the high dots are probably not. If they were collecting around there, they would have kept them. So
Yeah.
and I know it's hard, but do try to keep remember what you have passed. And if your trash comes back to you, that should tell you a lot about what not only yourself but the rest of the table
Yes.
Yeah.
is doing. And the next one is to spot the ghost categories. So like a specific section, like Windsor Dragons, if that is completely vanished from what you're getting, then somebody's hoarding them.
Okay, that's a real thing. And this actually came up in my normal game group last week. Apparently, I'm a wind grabber. So if I'm in the Charleston,
a wind grabber,
and one of my friends pointed it out to me. She was like, because she's a Charleston strategist and she watches. I can't say that I do that. I don't do that. I'm not smart enough to do that. But she is. And so she noticed to me, I'm a wind grabber. So if we go through the first Charleston and I see wins and I see it in the second, I will absolutely change my line. I'll go and wins.
Especially in this
if
card.
You're still passing.
And last year's card, which wins were not as prevalent. I feel like if those are just
if you pop up on my
somebody,
second left and you've handed me 2 wins, I'm changing my line because nobody's playing. It's gone through a full Charleston.
There are a few players who I know who always hoard the wins.
Well, it's savvy because if you know if you're getting them a lot, then that means they're up for grabs.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. The next one is sabotage your passes.
Okay.
And we all know not to pass.
It's very early to be sabotaging, but we do this during the Charleston, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you want to you want to pass chaotic and scramble their brains. You don't want to pass them something that goes together.
Nice and neat.
Like a consecutive.
Right. You never want to do sequential numbers or really in the same suit if you and also 2, 4, 6, 8.
Right. So you mean sabotage as in mixing, give them a really good mix of tiles. Nothing too clean and clear.
No, 2, 4, 6
not
is
so
8.
much like pass something you need.
Oh, no. You're
your
sabotaging
hand.
someone else's hand, not your own.
Got it.
No. Yes. And of course, no pairs of dragons wins and stuff like that. But it's, try to, make a chaotic cocktail of something really weird and random that no one could
them up as
make
best
anything
I feel
with.
like that's going to change depending on what card you're in. So like for the 2026 card, in the Charleston, I might actually pass a wind and dragon together because in this section, they are not together.
No,
they're not hanging out
They're
this
not.
year.
They're not friends.
They're not down together this year.
You're absolutely right.
It depends on what year you're playing because if it had been 2025, I would have never passed
do it. That's right.
a wind with a dragon.
Yep. Very good.
Very good insight.
Yes. And maybe next tile tips, I will go through the Charleston on maybe the ways that you can play your Charleston hand and conceal from others that what you're doing. So we'll do that next time.
I like
on
that.
Tips.
I like this. If I could implement, I can remember being like 6 months into playing and realizing that there were some super smart people that when they exposed out of order. And I did this video about it. It was like 10 o'clock at night. And I was like, are y'all out here doing this? Like, are you putting like the 5s first?
Yeah, we've got friends that do that all the time.
We do.
It blew my mind that people did that, and it changed the whole way. I was like, I trust nobody.
Yeah.
No.
I trust nobody anymore.
God, then we started playing for money, and people are like,
How much do y'all play for?
pennies.
Pennies.
Okay.
The
I'm in a
nickel
$5
dimes.
hand group.
Okay.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It gives me a little bit more of a reason to concentrate.
Yes.
I know. I play
would
so
love
much
to
more
up the ante
defensively
a little
when
bit.
I'm playing with money.
Yes.
I will abandon a hand and just screw other people, and I rarely do that playing when we're not playing for money. So
we did an episode on it. So we started playing a few times, and we were like really surprised by how much we enjoyed just playing for quarters.
Yes.
Like insane.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it. You guys should do an assassin episode.
Oh yeah, that'll be so much fun.
Yes.
That would be fun because that would go along with all of that.
Yes, it's so would.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Ooh, that could be like around
Roxy.
Halloween.
And we're done. We're sold. October's booked.
Done.
Everyone tune in. What's the date for that?
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Super
Roxy,
fun.
anything else you want to share with us?
I think I do have a couple of little points. We've got the new colorways coming out.
Yes.
So you guys be looking for those.
They are
super excited about them.
beautiful.
I had to wait for most of my wholesalers to get theirs first because that's why I offered it. But they are going online the last week in August.
Okay.
Awesome.
And then I'm going to tease a little something
Yes.
that
We
I'm
would
going to
love
come back
that.
and
I'm
talk
ready for
about.
this. Yeah.
Yes.
So
we're excited.
In the space of being a strategist and being a better mahjong player,
Right.
I thought that it would be really awesome if you could have something that was like a MyFitnessPal for mahjong, and you could kind of examine what you were doing in your game and become a better player.
I love
And
this.
there's something coming out that rhymes with nap. That's not nap, but it might be an app. Yeah. I'm not good at teasing.
I can't imagine what that is.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not a soft teaser. But in the next few months, that's coming out from
Amazing.
me. So you guys keep an eye out on that.
Roxy gave us a little sneak peek, and it really does look fabulous, especially for teachers, instructors, way to connect with
People
with
who
your
want
students.
to improve their game.
And for me, I'm I have my little notebook where I'm tracking all my hands, and I've lost it like 5 times.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a great system.
This is going to be really
because
cool.
I really want to track my game and track
That's
my
right.
wins.
You want to find out what you're playing a lot of, what you could be playing more of.
Right. And we've done an episode on AMR, how you rank playing, and these would go tandem. You could do both while you're doing it. It
and there'll
really
be a
would be
community
wonderful.
aspect for it. You can kind of keep up with your friends and what they're doing. I'm not going to do it where it organizes games. There's plenty of apps that do that.
Yes.
For sure.
This
is
is
strictly,
something
I
that's
think,
very
to
personal.
help teachers and students improve their game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. I'm really excited about that.
It
so I'll come
sounds
back
amazing.
and
Yes, you'll have to
talk
come
to
back.
you guys about that too.
That's
we will
right.
love it.
Yeah.
We would love to.
Yeah.
We love another reason to have you come
Absolutely.
back
I
and
might
join
come for the
us.
assassin episode.
I know.
I know.
Yeah.
How
I
fun.
know.
Okay, I'm ready to start working on that
I
episode.
know. It's not far away.
It's like, do I want to share all that, or I just want to be an assassin?
I'm already thinking about the flowers.
Yeah.
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 Such a
totally.
weirdo.
That's right.
Well, this was a great episode.
I know, this
Thank
was
you
so
so
fun.
much for
Thank you
everybody
for having
listening.
me.
Thank you for joining us. And Roxy is going to give all of our listeners a discount on her amazing cards.
That's right.
So when you go to purchase a deck of Mischief Mahj of your own, use the code Tile Talk, and they will get
Yep, they're going to get 10% off.
a 10%
Yes.
discount.
Yes.
So thank you so much.
You're
for
so
that.
welcome. Thank you guys for having me. I hope that you guys find a space to play Mahjong in and a place to make new memories.
I love
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Roxy.
Yeah.
Well, that's a Mahjong for today's Tile Talk. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, may your tiles be lucky and your table always be welcoming.
That's right.
All right.
I love it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Love you guys. Bye.
Sparkle motion.